America, land of the free, home of the brave, but also home to some of the strangest cultural quirks that Americans themselves barely notice. Let's start with dates. While the entire world writes day, month, year, Americans insist on month, day, year. January 26 becomes 1/26 instead of 26/1. Why? Nobody really knows. Then there's the measurement system. The US is one of only 3 countries that hasn't adopted the metric system: Myanmar, Liberia, and America. That's the company you're keeping. Americans have normalized tipping culture to an extreme. 15% used to be standard. Now it's 20%, 25%, even 30%. And it's not just restaurants anymore. Coffee shops, food trucks, even self-checkout screens ask for tips. Every single piece of American currency says, "In God we trust." For a nation that claims separation of church and state, that's printed on every dollar, every coin, every transaction. Americans have built their entire infrastructure around cars. Massive parking lots larger than the stores themselves. Cities designed where you can't walk anywhere. Public transportation? In most of America, it's either non-existent or so unreliable that owning a car isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Healthcare costs that would shock most of the developed world. A simple ambulance ride can cost thousands. Having a baby? That'll be $10,000 to $30,000, even with insurance. Student loan debt has become a rite of passage. Americans collectively owe over $1.7 trillion in student loans. In many countries, university is free or nearly free. The Pledge of Allegiance. American children recite a loyalty oath to their country every single morning at school. To outsiders, this looks like something from a dystopian novel. Flag worship is real. Americans display flags everywhere, on their homes, their clothes, their cars. The flag code is treated almost like religious doctrine. American grocery stores offer paralyzing choice: 40 different types of cereal, 20 brands of peanut butter. It's marketed as freedom, but it's really just decision fatigue. Americans have drive-thrus for everything: banks, pharmacies, liquor stores, coffee shops. Why walk when you can drive? Gas is sold by the gallon, not the liter. But what's really strange, Americans think their gas is expensive when it's actually among the cheapest in the developed world. Portion sizes are enormous. A medium drink in America is often a large everywhere else. Restaurants serve enough food for 2 or 3 people on a single plate. Free refills are everywhere. Unlimited soda, endless coffee, bottomless fries. The concept barely exists outside America. Pharmaceutical commercials are constant. "Ask your doctor about" is a phrase Americans hear dozens of times a day. Most countries ban direct-to-consumer drug advertising. Americans smile at strangers constantly. Small talk with cashiers, waiters, and random people is expected. In many cultures, this seems fake or intrusive. Prices don't include tax. You see $9.99 on the shelf, but pay $10.87 at checkout. Why not just display the real price? Americans have stopped questioning it. Americans are obsessed with categorizing race and ethnicity. Every form asks you to check a box. This level of racial classification makes many Europeans deeply uncomfortable. High school sports are treated like professional events. Towns shut down for Friday night football games. Stadiums rival college facilities in some places. American bathroom stalls have gaps everywhere. You can see people's feet, make eye contact with the cracks. Privacy? Not really a priority. "How are you?" isn't actually a question in America. It's a greeting. The expected answer is always "Good, how are you?" Actual honesty would be weird. Americans can buy serious medications over the counter that require prescriptions elsewhere. But healthcare is expensive, so people self-medicate. Credit scores control American life. Want to rent an apartment? Check your credit score. Buy a car? Credit score. Get a phone plan? Credit score. It's a number that follows you everywhere. Pennies still exist, even though they cost more to make than they're worth. Americans won't use them, won't accept them, but won't get rid of them either. Giant pickup trucks everywhere, most of which never haul anything heavier than groceries, but they make people feel American. Black Friday has become a contact sport. People trample each other for discounted TVs. It happens every year, and it's treated as normal. normal. Medical insurance is tied to employment. Lose your job, lose your healthcare. It's a system that makes sense to almost no one, yet it persists. These are just some of America's cultural blind spots, things that seem completely normal to Americans but utterly bizarre to the rest of the world. The question is, once you see them, can you ever unsee them?